You're continuing, you're perpetuating.
Give us a call, 857-600-0518.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, and this is what we saw with the University of Oklahoma, the Sooners. Right after this beautiful weekend of racial unity and commemoration, Selma, the 50th anniversary, on a bus back from a trip or going to a trip, I don't know. But they were caught singing a song that apparently everybody on the bus knew. So this wasn't an isolated event. It wasn't something that was a first time. It wasn't a mistake. Everybody on the bus was singing this song, and I'm going to play the song for you. Put it on mute. Put your headphones on, because if you have kids around, they don't need to hear it. If you're at work, you don't need to play it out loud at work.
There'll never be a nigger at sea. There'll never be a nigger at sea.
There will never be a nigger at NSAE, their fraternity, Sigma Alpha Epsilon. There will never be a nigger in SAE. You can hang them from a tree, and there's something else I couldn't understand, but there will never be a nigger in SAE. Now, I'll give the president credit. By the time that made the rounds, this was last night. Listen, folks, listen, trolls, you cannot hide, because we will find you. This happened last night. It got around the internet so quick that by the time they got back to the campus, they were given until midnight to get off of campus, and the fraternity was suspended. They were suspended on campus. That chapter was suspended from their national organization, and pending an investigation, all of those people involved are likely to be suspended and never returned to the fraternity. I'll clap for that, a slow clap. So I want to play the response of the president, but then I want to respond and tell you why it's insufficient. I appreciate what they did, but what they did is still insufficient.
You have violated every principle that this university stands for. Every value. In my mind, you shouldn't have the privilege of calling yourself Sooners. Real Sooners are not bigots. Real Sooners are not racists. Real Sooners believe in equal opportunity. Real Sooners treat each other with respect. Real Sooners love each other and care for each other like members of a common family. This just won't be tolerated. It breaks my heart that it's happened here. I can't believe it's happened here. It won't be tolerated for 1 second. This fraternity is off this campus, and the members of the house have to have all their belongings out of it by midnight tomorrow night. The house is going to be closed. We can't remain silent. When people are racist, when people violate people's rights, when people hurt people in this way, we can't remain silent. We, all of us, wherever we are, have to speak out against it.
Yeah, so I applaud the president. I applaud the fraternity, the national chapter, the national organization, rather. I applaud you guys for suspending these guys so quickly. I don't think it's been 24 hours since the event occurred. However, this is why it's insufficient. And this is why more has to be done. The level at which these kids felt free to behave in this manner means that there was a level of freedom that they're used to. You don't just outburst with a song like this. If you see the video, you'll see the level at which they were reveling in the experience, and the fact that everybody on the damn bus knew the song. That means that this song is a part of their culture. That means that this is embedded in the entire culture at the University of Oklahoma. So you have to do more than just get rid of these bad apples. You have to address the culture that allows this type of behavior to happen. Now, we as a society, we need to address the culture. We need to address the type of parenting. We need to address the type of society that allows a new generation of children to come out acting in this manner. It is indicative not only of their home training, but it also tells you about the environment that they were nurtured in, the freedom that they had to be this blatantly racist. So you cannot just address the blatant racism because they use those words, because they sang a song. You have to address the institutions that allow this. You have to address the culture that was facilitated, that was nurtured such that they had this song passed down. I guarantee you that every generation of Sooner SAE member knows that song. I guarantee you it's not just this generation, but if you go back and you ask the right questions, you will find out that this was passed down from class to class, from pledgee to pledgee, it's a part of their culture. And so I'm not so impressed. I applaud you because at least you're not pretending that it didn't happen. Because we live in a world where I know somebody online right now, somebody is saying that this was not racist. So I applaud you for not being blind and intentionally blind. However, what's your name? President David Boren. President Boren, you need to address the entire culture at the University of Oklahoma. You need to question previous members, alumni. Well, you probably won't do that because they give money and you don't want to mess up your donation base. Fair enough. I understand. You're not going to do that. However, we must address the institutionalized racism that fosters the next generation of bigots. Because if we don't, we're going to constantly be putting out fires, and that the scourge of racism, sexism, misogyny, all of the scourges that we're trying to wipe out will start coming back over and over and over again. And so I ask a question, if you can see the racism in this, can you not ask yourself, how is it cultivated? How does it continue? Because it does not pop up. It's not just like an immaculate conception. Boom, here's a new generation of racists and bigots. No, it is fostered. It is breeded. It is cultivated. It is nurtured. And it remains because we keep addressing the fires, but we never address the institutions that allow it to foster.